Yo, cuz! Welcome to the Talk Man Radio Show live. Again, on Friday night, we're back to talk about fantasy football like we talk about every week. And this week, it's Pivotal Week 8. Now that we just went over, now we actually have the halfway point. 7 weeks down, 7 to go now. So, depending on how you're doing. How are you doing in your leagues? You're halfway done. So, like I said, welcome to the Talking Radio Show Live. My throat is so scratchy. I don't know what. I did honey. I did all that crap. And I don't know, it's just scratching it up. So, that's what you're going to deal with for the next hour at least. So, like I said, welcome to the show. And thank you very much, 12 Ounce Sports. Don't forget, look, right in front of you. Look, it's right there. I can never do that. It never works for me. 12 Ounce Sports and 12OunceSportsRadio.com, like I always like to tell you about. 12 Ounce Sports Radio, there it is. The cream, this dude won Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 12OunceSportsRadio.com. You can also listen to 12 Ounce Sports on social media, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. And like I said, the Talkman Radio Show Live every Friday night, 6 p.m. only on 12 Ounce Sports streaming. But you can also catch, if you want the short videos, the clips of the show. And actually, I haven't put any videos out. I've been doing work on my house over the weekend. All I'm putting out is Love is Nice on the weekend. So if you want the best bets and you want the top 10s, you got to watch the show. So that's just the way it's going to be. And like I said, every week I don't do the regular social media stuff. You can subscribe to Talkman Radio. Actually, I do YouTube. You can subscribe to Talkman Radio on YouTube, but you can also subscribe on Parler, Odyssey, and friend me on MeWe. That's it right there. Right? I can do that one. So I don't know why my voice is like this. It just is. So it's just the way it is. But let's do a quick rundown. We got a couple things we want to talk about tonight. First, last night's game. I'll bet people were wishing they had more points out of that. Did not happen, especially for the main guys. For a game that saw, it was 24-21, which is a decent scoring game. You didn't get as many points out of the guys you thought you were going to get out of them. So that was very interesting. Kyler Murray injury. In case you don't know, trade deadline's coming up. Trade deadline is coming up. We're going to talk about guys who could be on the move. I got an article up. I'm going to show you. And then we're doing the top 10s, the best bets, and wrapping it all up in a nice bow with Love is Nice. Before I head out to, I don't know, just go to drink honey for the next 2 days. So that's the rundown for the show. But before I knew I forgot something. Excuse me. Forgot my PSAs, or whatever you want to call them. I knew I forgot something. And I was just sitting there like, what do I forget? So out of it. All right. So now everyone knows you can find my show and other shows on 12 Ounce Sports. But did you know there's a ton of live sports on the network as well? Watch live football, baseball, hockey, lacrosse, racing, basketball, and more right here on 12 Ounce Sports. You can't watch that one where the two dudes stand there and they whip each other until one dude falls down. We don't have that. That's on the Ocho. Also check us out on Zingo TV today on channel 761. Quench your sports thirst. I can't quench anything. And you can do all your online shopping and help out 12 Ounce Sports when you go to 12OunceSportsNetwork.com/Amazon and get shopping. That's 12OunceSportsNetwork.com/Amazon. Get shopping. We know you're on Amazon. We know you're on. We know you're doing it. So do it. Do it with us. Do it with us. I don't mean to sound creepy. Yay. Hey. So, anyway, let's get into this. And you can also check out, you can listen to the audio of the show on Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify, and RSS, if that's how you're listening to it after the show. So let's get to the game. So Green Bay had nobody last night. They had nobody to catch the ball. If they don't have Devontae Adams, they have nobody. And Tunyon got hurt. And then the other backup, I think, got hurt, but I think he might have came back. But they're just losing guys left and right. So that's not good. But they won the game. That is what's important. And what an end to that game. Friggin' guy caught the interception. But Aaron Rodgers, 22 of 37, 184, 2 touchdowns. And 3 yards rushing, which 5 of them came on one run. Almost got in the end zone. Almost got him there. Didn't happen now. So 184, you get about 9 points plus a couple touchdowns. You're at about 21 points. I mean, that's good, but, Aaron Rodgers, and I get the Cardinals' defense is better than it used to be. It was crap there for a couple of years. That's why they were 8-8, and now they're 7-1. They've gotten better. Buda Baker's back there. Isaiah Simmons is playing better. They brought in J.J. Watt. They've got some players there, and they're coming up. They're coming to play. Didn't help them last night, though. They couldn't stop the run. A.J. Dillon. And you see what they were doing here. Very interesting. We got nobody to get the ball. We got Randall Cobb. Okay. And Aaron Jones got in on the action. Anybody playing against Aaron Jones saw what he did to him through PPR. And almost got in the end zone, but it didn't happen. He did get one, though. But A.J. Dillon, 16 for 78, showing he can be, he can average 5 yards carry now. Arizona's defense, no J.J. Watt. I'm sure that had some impact. But A.J. Dillon is showing that, he's probably picked up in most leagues, but if he's not, I wouldn't. And you have room. This is a funny week for teams with room on their roster. I know there's not a lot of teams have a lot of room on their roster. That is not the way it goes. But if you do, A.J. Dillon's definitely a guy that you consider keeping on your putting on your roster. I doubt he's out there. He's not out there in a lot of leagues. But if he is, there's some leagues out there where dudes don't know what they're doing. Check it out. 4.9 yards a carry, not bad. Aaron Jones, 15 for 59. It's not 78 yards, but he did throw a touchdown in there. That'll get you 11. That'll get you about 12 points, actually. 12 points just from his rushing. A.J. Dillon got you 7.8, but nobody's starting A.J. Dillon. Amari Rodgers had 1 for 11. And, of course, Aaron Rodgers had 2 for 3. Now, the leading receiver was Aaron Jones with 7 for 51, which gets you to 24 points total on PPR. Now, if there was no A.J. Dillon there, excuse me. Oh, God, is it going to be like this whole show? If there's no A.J. Dillon there, then he could have had a field day. Probably gotten over 100 yards. But that's not reality. Reality, he had 24 points, and he would have had 30 if he would have gotten that touchdown in. But didn't get it. They didn't need it, as you saw last night. Robert Tunyon, 3 for 49. If you had him starting, you got 7.9 points. Which, tight ends, take what you can get. If you get 8 points out of your tight end, okay, that's fine. We're good. 8 points. Now, you'd like a touchdown in there. And Robert Tunyon was a guy coming into the league this year. He was a mid-grade guy, like between 5 and 7, rated between 5 and 7. But that was so overblown because he had all those touchdowns last year on he had 11 touchdowns on 12 catches. Something ridiculous. Of course, that's not how many catches he had, but he didn't have that many catches, and he had 11 touchdowns. So people were kind of a little overinflated on him, and that's, and you get 3 for 49, 7.9. And Randall Cobb caught 3 passes, tied for third with 3 passes, but 2 of them were for touchdowns. He went for Randall Cobb in the end zone. And nobody, Aaron Jones. And Aaron Jones was catching balls when he was split out, and they were just setting him up. Okay, boom, you've been catching in the flat, and you run upfield. And they got 51 yards out of it. So that you could tell this. Juwan Winfrey got in the action. Josiah DeGuara got in the action. And Cornelius St. Brown got in the action. All of these guys. Mercedes Lewis couldn't catch the ball. He got thrown. So you can see they were looking for anybody to catch the ball last night, which led to 184 yards and 2 touchdowns. But no picks. Freaking guy never throws a pick for Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Jones got you. Yeah, if you had Aaron Jones, you did well. Aaron Rodgers, you probably wished for a little more. Didn't get it though. So you got to hope you're not playing against somebody who's going to light it up this weekend, the quarterback side, and lose that matchup. But if you played against Kyler Murray, then boy, you really did lose that matchup. 22 of 33, 274. That'll get you like 13 points. But if you're in a league where you lose points for interceptions, you lost 2 points a pop. You lost 4 points there. So now you're looking at like 9 points, 10 points, something like that. Now he did get 21 yards on the ground, but he fumbled, but I don't think he lost it. I missed the beginning of the game, so I didn't see that. But Kyler Murray, not a great game. If you had Aaron Rodgers going against Kyler Murray, boy, you're like, boy, Aaron Rodgers didn't do crap, but this guy did nothing. And he was like the leading. He's the top. I think he's the top 3 quarterback in fantasy. Not good for a Thursday night game. Not a good start. Chase Edmonds, if you started him, you got 9 points out of the rushing portion of Chase Edmonds. James Conner, another guy. See, they don't run the ball that much, but when they do, these guys scoring touchdowns. This guy's got like 8 touchdowns. 5 for 22 with 2 touchdowns. Kyler Murray is basically your leading rusher here. He had 21. DeAndre Hopkins, 2 for 66. AJ Green, 5 for 50. But he didn't catch that last. Didn't catch the one that meant it. Christian Kirk, 4 for 46. Christian Kirk is getting a lot of run. I played against him in 2 leagues. I guess part of it is because, bye weeks are coming up. But Christian Kirk, I mean, I got nothing against Christian Kirk. But really, that's who we got. I mean, he's like the third fiddle in this offense. And now you got Zach Ertz in there, catching 4 for 42. Chase Edmonds got another 6.9 in PPR. Rondell Moore, you never know where they're going to go with this ball. I mean, they're going to go here, but now they're mixing him in, and it's just tough. I guess they're backed up against the wall, and I guess if you lost Devonta Adams this week on top of anybody you had on the bye, I guess that's the reason behind so many Christian Kirks in there. So not a good game for pretty much anybody on that side. Chase Edmonds, I'll give him 6.9, about 16 points. He got you. Kyler Murray just nothing, just a big nothing burger out of him. He got you less than 10 points. Less than 10 points. Not a lot of people starting James Conner. DeAndre Hopkins, big fart in the wind, 2 for 66, which gets you 8.6 points. But he was out a lot of the game. AJ Green, some people are starting AJ Green here and there. But overall, anybody outside of Chase Edmonds on the Cardinals wasn't worth starting last night. And a lot of people got burned on Kyler Murray. So that's how this game ended up. Going into Sunday, you might be scrambling a little bit, wondering, this guy still got his whole team out there, and I know the projections really don't mean a lot, but when you're starting out on the wrong foot, it's not great, and you know that you got some heavy lifting to do, especially when your quarterback's putting up 9 and he hasn't even had his quarterback go yet. Or if you're going against a Brady, a Mahomes, a Josh Allen, we're gonna deal with this now. Excuse me. So, good luck this weekend. But Kyler Murray didn't do you any favors. The running backs were pretty much the big deal last night. Aaron Rodgers helped you out a little bit. Further news on Kyler Murray. Wait, where is it? Where the hell I put it? There we go. So Kyler Murray actually got a little banged up last night, and we're wondering, okay, what's going to happen now? Why is he going? Why is he going to? Where'd he go here? I had a whole thing. Dude, that one was long. Anyway, he looked a little banged up, and he looked a little banged up. He said he wasn't really that hurt, but we'll see what happens. Where are we going with this? Okay, so this is what I really want to talk about. The Kyler Murray, we'll see what happens. He said he wasn't really that banged up. This week is the trade deadline. There are guys out there on that aren't picked up that you can use to, if you, like I said, if you have room on your roster, you can take these and put them on and see what happens next week. If they stay, they may be your handcuffs. But let's look at what they got here. Odell Beckham Jr., he's on the trade block. This is their list of trade block guys. I don't know. Maybe. He's already been traded. He's already shown he's beat up. I'm not a big fan of Odell Beckham Jr. Cleveland Farrell, that doesn't help your defense. Offense, Trey Flowers. They went and paid him $1 zillion. That didn't work out very well. Marlon Mack, though, is not picked up in a lot of leagues. So if you have room, he could be moved to a decent team where you can actually get some playing time, and there's a running back for you. And like I said, you need running backs. You gotta have running backs. Running backs are always the guys that I need. You can never have enough of them. So Marlon Mack, and as I said, Marlon Mack is a little bit of a cheat, given that we learned of his availability. He's such a screamingly obvious candidate to be moved that I had to do it. Jonathan Taylor. And Nyheim Hines make him expendable. They do. Jonathan Taylor's the guy who's going to get the ball. Nyheim Hines is the pass catcher out of the backfield. And then they go into 2 years ago he rushed for almost 1,100 yards, had 8 scores. If any team needs a running back, and he's 25 years old, so I picked him up in one league. But we'll see. It's you take a shot and you see what happens. I'm just putting it out there. And the rest of these guys, all the offensive linemen from Jacksonville for some reason. Allen Robinson, that's an interesting one. Could you get him for a song in your league? Maybe. He's not really doing anything. I mean, really, he's not doing anything. He's got. Robinson failed the top 70 receiving yards, just 25 times in his 4 seasons with the Bears, but 5 of those came this season. There's weeks are 2 for 18, just crap weeks. You can't put this guy in your lineup, but if someone offer you, you got to try and figure out what the offer would be that you could get, that you're not giving up too much. But if you was to go to I think Kansas City needs more, but they need defense more than they need offense. But wide receivers are a premium, so why wouldn't they go? I mean, maybe San Francisco. Who knows? Deshaun Watson is the big name that keeps. I mean, he's been picked up and dropped more in one of my leagues, just every week. Yeah, we're picking up. We're dropping him. He got picked up again last week. So I don't know what's going on here, but I'd stay away from Deshaun Watson. I don't see him playing this year. So that's that. So. Oh, Colt McCoy's. That's what I want to talk about. Colt McCoy. If Kyler Murray misses time, you got Colt McCoy back there. I don't know about all that. I don't know how that's going to work out. Colt McCoy. You give the keys to Colt McCoy with DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green. That's a kind of a step down, don't you think? So anyway, everyone knows that we got football going on. We got ball games, betting ball games. So if you want to responsibly get in on the action, head over to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code 12OutSports, 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces. When signing up for the deposit bonus, first-time users only. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code 12OutSports, 12OZ Sports. Always gamble responsibly. And as I tell you every week, Zingo TV is the way to go. Check it out. It's free. Use the promo code 12ounce, 12OZ. It helps out when you do that. 12-Ounce Sports is channel 761 on Zingo TV. Plus, they have other actual sports channels, music channels, and a bunch of other stuff. So go check it out. It's free. Like I tell you, free on Zingo TV. Use the promo code 12ounce, 12OZ. Now, moving on. Just moving on here. Moving on up. Let's look at, we're going to do top 10s, top 10 quarterbacks. Here we go. Top 10 quarterbacks. You're going to think I'm crazy with this first 10, with number 10, but yeah, we're going with it. We're going with it. And he's coming up on the bottom right there. Brady's always up there. But this guy's never up there. He's up there. I think he's up there for the first, maybe the second time this year. Trevor Lawrence. I kind of like Trevor Lawrence this week. They won a game. He played well last time. They had a week off. Probably went over what he did well. And so, okay, we keep doing this stuff. He's learning as we go, and I expect to see improvement. They're throwing the ball all over the place, so we're going with Trevor Lawrence this week as the number 10 quarterback playing against Seattle. Seattle can give up they can give it up pretty good. They've got he's got a decent running back there to take some pressure off him. I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence, my number 10 quarterback this week. At number 9, where are we? Where is we? I know they got a good defense, but we're going to stick with them. At number 9, Justin Herbert from the Chargers. Week off, they got smashed, and now they're coming back to play the Patriots, who, they have a decent defense, got a great defensive coach, but are they going to be able to stop this Charger offense? I don't know. I think Herbert's in for a good game. I think they have enough weapons there to be able to score, and they do have a decent defense, so maybe cause some turnovers on the Patriots' offensive end, which could lead to easy short yardage. Some short yardage, that's what we're looking for. So we're going with Justin Herbert as number 9 quarterback this week. Number 8, I tried it before, but I think it's open this week. I think it's opening up a little bit this week. And they've won a couple games. Going with the Giants. And Daniel Jones as number 8 quarterback this week. You're going head-to-head with Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs, you can score on the Chiefs' defense. The Chiefs' defense kind of stinks. So why not? Why not go with little Daniel Jones? He makes plays on the ground. He makes plays in the air. If he caught the ball, he'd be a triple threat. So we're going to go, we're not riding the Daniel Jones bandwagon just yet. I'm saying the matchup seems pretty good. You got the bright lights. You got Monday night. Why not? Who wants to go out and throw a stinker on Monday night? Come on. Give the kid a shot. We'll give the kid a shot. Number 8 this week. Number 7, good old Tom Brady going against the Saints. No Drew Brees there. Makes for a totally different dynamic. When they had Drew Brees there, the offense was much more efficient. Now, as you saw last week, they put up 13 points and win. So the defense is good, and they've got Marshawn Lattimore back there. They've got Cam Jordan out there. Is it Cam Jordan? Yeah, I think that. Yeah, Cam Jordan on the end. So the defense is good. It's the offense. Is the offense going to be able to not commit turnovers? Now, you do have Jameis Winston playing against his old team, so I'm sure he's going to want to play well. But they know him pretty well. They know his tendencies. I think he's going to have kind of a crappy game, so I wouldn't start him. But you got Tom Brady in there as my number 7 quarterback, looking to get you some yards, probably get you some touchdowns too. I'm not big on Mike Evans, though, this week. He never does well against the Saints, against Marshall and Lattimore. So if you have another route to go, I'd go another route. Number 6. Now, this team stinks, but the quarterback's putting up a lot of points. Jalen Hurts as my number 6 quarterback going against the Lions. I mean, the Lions are 0-7. They're 0-7. They need a touchdown just to be 500. Now, Hurts is, and he's not playing particularly well. I haven't looked up his quarterback accuracy or what he's hitting on in terms of percentage, but it's not great. It's not great. It's definitely not 70%, which some quarterbacks, the elite quarterbacks, are hitting. I've seen him at 50%. I've seen him below 50% a couple times. So it's not. I mean, he makes a lot of plays with his legs. That's where he gets all his fantasy points. So I think he's going to make some plays with his arm, with his legs this week, and I think the Eagles. This is the kind of game that the Eagles like to will try and run up the score on if they can to make themselves look better. But they're not a good team. Jalen Hurts is going to supply a lot of the offense because remember, no Miles Sanders. You got Kenneth Gainwell and Boston Scott back there, and he's going to keep building his rapport with his receivers here. And I'm putting him as my number 6 quarterback this week. Number 5, the mighty have fallen. We're going Patrick Mahomes, number 5. This guy's like 1 or 2 or 3 every week. Nah, not anymore. He's number 5. He's lucky to get there just because it's Monday night. And he knows I can't go out on Monday night and lose, especially with my brother doing stupid shit out there. I don't know if you heard about that. Go look up, what's his name? Jackson Mahomes, I think. Whatever the hell his name is. Doing stupid shit. And this guy's trying to play quarterback, and he's got all this to worry about. Now they're 3-4. So Patrick Mahomes, number 5. Number 4, Justin Burrow. Or Joe Burrow, Justin. Joe Burrow, I mean, you got going against the 1-5 Jets. Not that going on the road and playing anybody's easy, but still, it's the Jets. But they do have, the Jets have a surprisingly good pass defense. They can get to the quarterback. So, watch out for, I know they get Jamar Chase. I know they got T. Higgins. I know they got the other guy. But, and T. Higgins had like 8,000 targets last week. Caught 7 balls, but jeez, that's a lot of targets. So they're trying to feed him the ball. But Jamar Chase just keeps making the big plays. So, and he looks like a runaway rookie of the year. We're going with Joe Burrow with all those weapons. C.J. Uzomah, don't forget him. Joe Burrow's my number 4 quarterback going against the Jets this week. You got a decent matchup, go with it. Number 3, Matt Stafford against the Texans. Now it's just good quarterbacks going against bad teams. That's going to be the trend of these last 2. On the road, too. The Rams at the Texans, 6-1, going to 1-6. Matthew Stafford's just driving that train. I don't know if he's high on cocaine, but he's driving that train. We'll take Matt Stafford going into the Texans and probably running up and then easing off the brake a little bit because last week they got a little scared from the Lions. We don't like that. We're going to go in here and try and run them out of the building. They are playing against Brandon Cooks, who played for the Rams, and probably looking to make a big play. So maybe if you got Brandon Cooks, you throw him in there because I think he's going to try and break one. But I don't like the Texans, and the line is like $1 million. So we'll take Matthew Stafford as my number 3 quarterback for the week. Number 2, Dak Prescott. I know they keep saying this is one of those things. I ain't buying it. Well, he might be out. He's playing. He's gonna play. Everybody said, all his teammates said, yeah, he's playing. But they were like, we're going to keep him questionable. We don't know who's going to. I think it's bullshit. I think they're trying to mess with the Vikings' heads or something. I don't know what they're doing. But he's playing, and he's playing on Sunday night. And I think he's my number 2 quarterback. I think they're going to blow out the Vikings. And number 1, another team lost, then had a bye, and now we got to wait 2 weeks. We're going to take it out on the Dolphins. Dolphins have had bad luck this week. Josh Allen is our number 1 quarterback going against the Dolphins. Just looking to bury these guys. Just bury them. So that's my top 10 quarterbacks. Take him, smoke them if you got them. Whatever. Next is top 10 running backs. We're looking at top 10 running backs. Where we start? We're starting in. We're starting somewhere. We're starting on crack, yeah. Starting in Cleveland. For Cleveland being 4-3, it seems like they should have a better record, but they're only 4-3. We're taking Nick Chubb. I know Pittsburgh's defense is pretty good against the run, but Nick Chubb had off last week. Didn't have off, but he got hurt, and then you saw what Dearness Johnson did last week. Now that was against Denver, a little different story. But we're going with Nick Chubb there. We're going Nick Chubb at number 10. Coming back off injury, looking to bury up these guys. You saw what he did to the Steelers against them in the playoffs last year. He had a pretty good game. I think he went over 100 yards. Had a couple of touchdowns too, maybe. So we're looking for something similar to that. Number 9. Definitely taking a step back from last week. Jonathan Taylor for the Colts. Jonathan Taylor just... I think they've tried to figure out, wait a minute, let's just run this guy. We got this guy back. Let's just keep running this guy all the time. And then we run that. Running backs, I remember the day when running backs would get 25, 30 carries. Now the guy on the other side still gets that. But now it's 15 to 20. Ooh, that's a big game. 15-20. But I'll tell you what. Jonathan Taylor he's getting between 15 and 20, and he's doing the most with it. He's got 100 yards the last 3 games, 100 yards total offense. So he's doing well, and he's hitting pay there too. I think he's got 4 touchdowns in the last couple games. So we're big on Jonathan Taylor, number 9 running back this week. Number 8, I think this team does not play well against this team. But I still think the other team's going to win. But I like the running back on this team. Who am I talking about? Who's this? Who's they? Blah, blah, blah. Damian Harris with the Patriots. I think he gets in the end zone. I think he plays well. I think they try and control the ball. They don't want the Chargers to have the ball. Belichick knows what he's doing. He's trying to get the most out of this team. With a rookie quarterback in there. And I think they're going to run the ball. And they have running back. They have J.J. Taylor. He played last week. Brandon Bolden is catching the ball out of the backfield. So you've got running backs over there with the Patriots, but I think the bell cow here is Damian Harris. And I think he gets in the end zone. Probably gets some yards too. So we're going to go with Damian Harris, my number 8 quarterback. Number 7 is the number 1 quarterback the number 1 running back in the league. So far, just running away with it. Derrick Henry, we got him as number 7 this week. Looking for him to have a big game. The Colts have a good defense. Both of these teams have good defenses. Their wide receiver, the Titans have the edge on the wide receiver side, but the Colts have a very good offensive line and very evenly matched. They're just, the Colts have had some bad luck this year, but they both have good running backs. And we're going to see them on display this game. I like Derrick Henry as my number 7 running back. Every week he's going to be in the top 10. The freaking guy. I mean, no matter what, he's getting touchdowns, he's getting yards. Doesn't get you that much PPR, but he makes up for it. Number 6, a guy who does get you plenty of PPR. back to this game. This game's gonna have a lot. This game's gonna be fun to watch. 4:00. Austin Eckler. He's gonna get you. He's gonna make his way with PPR this week. I think he's gonna probably get you over 100 yards, mix and match PPR and mix and match rushing and passing. He's gonna catch some balls, probably between 4 and 6 balls. They're gonna get him out of the backfield. That's how they use him. But they run him. They run him too. So he's a very interesting running back to have. Good running back to have. I think he plays well this week. He's my number 6 running back, Austin Eckler. Number 5, Alvin Kamara. I mean, he's another guy. He's on there a lot because he does PPR. Shit, he had 100 yards receiving last week. So, yeah, we're going to keep him around. And he's good on the PPR. And not only that, the Saints are looking at this. I don't think the Saints, they win this game. They're a half game behind the Bucs now. They're not giving up this division of the Bucs. And this is the way, and this is their first opportunity to go in there and say, you know, okay, we don't have Drew Brees. It doesn't mean you're going to run away with this. And I think Alvin Kamara is going to be the battering ram they're going to use. Now, I'm not saying running him up the middle all the time because you don't even try running on the Bucs. But I'm looking at more PPR, catching the ball in the flat. They're going to make plays for him. Peyton, the coach, he knows just what to do with that guy. So that's why he's such a hot commodity this year. So he's still a top 5 running back. I think he's 4. I'm going to double check. He's 7. He's 7. At least in this league, he's 7. So, yeah. What? You got a problem with that? I don't. Alvin Kamara, number 5. Number 4, this guy came out of nowhere. DeAndre Swift going against the Eagles. The Eagles can't stop anybody on the ground. So we're going to go with DeAndre Swift as number 4. I still think the Lions have to win a game eventually, and they could win this game, but because both these teams stink, and the Lions are at home. And if they do, I'll bet a lot of it goes to DeAndre Swift because he's catching the ball out of the backfield, he's running the ball, he's getting touchdowns. He's another guy. Does it all 3 ways. So DeAndre Swift is my number 4 running back this week. Number 3, we're looking at James Robinson. James Robinson with the Jaguars. He's been playing well before the bye, going into the bye week, and now he's had some time off to get refreshed. Coming back against the Seahawks team that doesn't, excuse me, doesn't have the greatest defense. Has good defensive players, but not the greatest defense. I think they can open some holes for him, but I think more along the lines of how they used Alvin Kamara last week against the Seahawks is where they're going to go. So I like James Robinson as my number 3 to get you full spectrum dominance here, rushing, passing, and touchdowns. Number 2, Joe Mixon. I think if they run away with this game, it's going to be on the back of Joe Mixon against the Jets. He's having a really good year as long as he doesn't get hurt. He's got some scary little is he hurt? But so far he's been able to, skate by. Looking for him to keep it up against the Jets. He's my number 2 running back this week. And number 1, we're looking at Zeke on Sunday night going against the Vikings. I like Dak Prescott. I like Zeke. I think this is a high-scoring game. I really do. And I'm going with Zeke on this one. That's my top 10 running backs right there. So as of right now, it's time for you to go take a piss.
Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-ounce sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120Z and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sports book. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
Yo, cuz, welcome back. So we're gonna keep this train moving, and we're going into wide receivers now. We're gonna keep going, keep pushing. Sorry, I sound like this. God, I sound like crap. I'm gonna listen to this afterwards and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that guy's got freaking mouth aids or something. All right, no more mouth aids. Wide receivers, number 10. Playing very well, Michael Pittman Jr. I like how he's playing. He's using that big frame. Now we only caught like 4 balls last week. We still caught 100 yards. The week before played well against the Ravens. In big, I mean, now these games are more under the lights. This is a 1 o'clock game with everybody else on, but he's the only guy out there. So we're going with Michael Pittman Jr. as my number 10 wide receiver. Number 9, we're going to Denver against the Washington defense, who has not played well this year. Cortland Sutton. I got a funny feeling about this guy. I kind of got a gut feeling about Cortland Sutton this week. We'll see. We'll see how right I am. I've caught a couple things right, and I've been off on some things. But I'm going with Cortland Sutton as my number 9 this week. Number 8, going back to the Bucs, we're going with Chris Godwin. Can't go with Mike Evans this week. Marshawn Lattimore, I think he's got like 1 catch in like 8 years against him. Just can't do it. So we're going with Chris Godwin. And Gronk might be back too, but we don't do tight ends here. Number 7, Tyreek Hill. Somebody, it's Monday night. Where are we? There we go. Monday night, someone's got to make a big play. Why not the fastest guy out there? So we'll go with Tyreek Hill as number 7. Number 7 wide receiver this week. You're looking for 100 yards and a touch from Tyreek Hill. Number 6. Now, I've kind of been riding this guy a little bit. And then I got off a little bit. We're going to get back on him this week. DJ Moore. And on the other, I mean, you got Calvin Ridley on the other side who hasn't done anything this year. But I think DJ Moore... after Sam Darnold got benched last week, I think he's going to come back and play a little better against the Falcons team that, now they fought back to beat 500. They can go above 500 here against the Panthers and just, they'll be, 1.5 games ahead of them if they can, and they're at home. The Falcons are at home. But I think DJ Moore's going to have something to say about that. He's another guy, only guy out there with no Christian McCaffrey there. We're going to go with DJ Moore. He's my number 6 wide receiver this week. I think he plays well. Number 5, he's playing. He's playing. Don't listen to any of that crap. Another guy, only guy out there to throw to. Deebo Samuel, number 5, against the Bears, who they can't throw the ball at all. They put up 3 points last week. This Justin Fields thing, I mean, I guess, next year you're going to get a high draft pick out of this guy. And hopefully this is a learning experience for him. They can get him some more weapons next year, maybe get him an offensive line. But this year, boy, that offense does not look good. And I think Deebo Samuel can do well. They get a chance here, the 49ers do, to get a win off a bad team. A team with no offense and a 49ers team that has a really good defense. So it's set up for them to do well. And I think Deebo Samuel, and he does it. He's another guy. He does it running the ball and catching the ball from the wide receiver position. Very interesting. Justin Jefferson's my number 4. Like I said, I think this is a high-scoring game. High-scoring game this week. And we're going with Justin Jefferson's my number 4. Big game for Justin Jefferson. He was playing well up until the week before the bye. And then he kind of had an off week. I think he comes back. Now, he's going to be covered by Trayvon Diggs. But I still think Justin Jefferson plays well. Number 3. I'm going with it. DK Metcalf. I just don't think he's guardable. And I think they're going... There's another game that could be high scoring just because the defense is so bad. And if it is, I think part of it goes to DK Metcalf because, you got no Chris Carson. You got Alex Collins in there who's looking okay, but he's not a main running back, so you're going to be throwing the ball. It's just a matter of fact, who's throwing the ball over there? You got Geno. You got Geno throwing the ball over there. There's no Russell Wilson over there, and the Seahawks are just falling down further and further. So they need to get a win this week. They may. I mean, they're probably favored. We're gonna look at that in a minute, but I'm going with DK Metcalf's my number 3. Number 2, we're getting into guys who are always number 1s and number 2s. Actually, number 2 has been very high on my board every week. Cooper Kupp having an amazing season. He's my number 2 going against the Texans this week. He should be just fine. And my number 1, like I said, I think this is a high-scoring game of the week. CeeDee Lamb. We're going with CeeDee Lamb as the number 1 wide receiver this week going against the Vikings, who, middle-of-the-road defense. And like I said, I think Prescott's playing. I think he plays well, too. So that's my top 10 wide receivers for you. Good luck this weekend. Now let's get into gambling. Did you gamble? Now we've got some games out here. I mean, look, it just starts out double digits, double digits, double digits, double digits. It's like 4 games, 4 or 5. What is that? Is that 4? 2, 3, 4 games. Double-digit point spreads. And not like 10. This is 14. That's 10. This is 14. 2 of them are two touchdown games. Are we going with any of that? No. No, we're not. Now, I know what I said. These are the bets we make. Bet number 1. Home dog Chicago. Chicago getting 4 at home. The 49ers are good. Chicago isn't that great, but they do have a decent defense, and they're at home. We're going with Chicago, getting the 4 at home. Next game is somewhere in here. Oh, here we go. After last year's playoff game, you gotta play with a little bit of pride. Now, Baker Mayfield is playing this week, but that's not like Aaron Rodgers or Kyler Murray to Colt McCoy or Brady to whoever the hell's backing him up or anything like that. It's Case Keenum to Baker Mayfield. Okay, it's a running team anyway. Now, Pittsburgh is playing to run a little better. They're down to Juju. There's no Juju this week. They've brought in their own running back this year, who's playing well. So we're going to go with Pittsburgh on the road looking for revenge. Revenge against Cleveland. At Cleveland, we're going with Pittsburgh taking a 3.5. So if they win by if they win by a field goal in the end, there you go. You cover. And last, I like these guys. They're going to win the game outright, I think. They're playing better. We're going with Atlanta. Given 3 at home. Now I know when bad team all of a sudden they're favored, they shit the bed. It's possible, but I don't think Carolina's that great either. Now I think a lot of it's going to go with Sam Darnold. Is that getting benched last week for P.J. Walker of AAF fame? Is that going to rile him up to come out and play better, move the offense, make better decisions? I mean, he had like 8 yards on like 19 completions last week, something ridiculous. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. You got DJ Moore out there. Now, granted, you don't have McCaffrey, but come on, you got to do better than that. Come on, cuz. That's what I said. So those are my 3 picks. Chicago at home getting 4, Pittsburgh on the road getting 3.5, and Atlanta at home minus the 3. Best bets of the week. Good luck. Now we're heading into the end of the show, as we do every week. The show ends every week. We hate that it does, but I hate that I sound like this. But we've got some good stuff for you. Tune in to the AM Drive every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I tell you this. I tell you this sometimes the last couple weeks. At 10 a.m. Eastern, as they deliver the best in sports talk and pop culture to start your morning, hosted by Michael Carvallis and Aaron Crouch. Aaron of
12-ounce sports fame, of the 12-ounce sports league fame. Now, this is our sponsor here. We got a sponsor here. BiscottiGourmet.com. As you can see right there. There it is, right there. BiscottiGourmet.com offers a new take on an old Italian tradition, a soft-baked mini biscotti in many delightful flavors. Lemon's my favorite. You got to go to BiscottiGourmet.com. Right there. There's the website. Right here. And use the promo code TALKMAN. It's a different promo code because she's helping me out. For 20% off your order. Any flavor is a wonderful compliment with your coffee in the morning or as a guilty pleasure treat. I cannot wait till this goes away. I mean, it's not like I feel bad. It's not like I'm all, don't give me that. Oh, he's dying. He's dying on air. It's just the throat. I don't know what it is. This is a segment of the show we call Love is Nice, and it's sponsored by BiscottiGourmet.com. This is where we talk about the counter-programming to the NFL. And we use the term love is nice because love is so nice. Especially when you want to watch your fantasy football team on Sunday. And your girlfriend, your wife, just some girl you met last night. And, you woke up this morning like, crap. How am I going to get out of this? Well, here's how you get out of it. When she says, I want to watch this crap, I got to go. I don't even watch them, but look at the time. When they say, when the female in your life says, listen, we can't watch that stupid football crap. We got to watch this. It's love. You got to show me love. And these guys will show you this will show you how to love. These movies will show you how to love. It's the message. It's the message. The message is get out. Hell out of there. Because they're gonna try and make you watch this crap, and it's awful. It's just crap. If you haven't watched this before, for shit's sake, they got 8 shows. If they were any good, they'd have more shows. They'd have people banging down. I got a script for you. This girl does another lawyer does something magical with her snatch, and these guys come running. So. Here's what you're going to be watching. If you say yes, and you break down and say yes to your woman, this is what you're going to be watching. At 12 p.m., you can't watch the pregame. You got to watch Let It Snow. Let It Snow. When a resort executive, and they're always executives. When a resort executive is sent to a lodge in Maine with instructions to turn it into an ultra-modern resort. What does that mean? She finds a charming lodge loaded with holiday spirit and makes a connection with the owner's handsome son. Sure she does. Hey, what's Pavel Bure I got to say about that? Huh? What's up with that? And it's all women, in case you don't know, it's all women from 90s TV shows. All grown up and can't get fucking acting gigs, so they move to the Hallmark Channel. I guarantee you'll see more. I guarantee you'll see more. But, okay. Instruction turn into an ultra-modern resort. What's your budget? You want to make it an ultra-modern resort. What's your budget for all this technology you need? Ultra-modern means technology. You want to move from fucking everything made of wood to everything made out of silicone. Get away from me. And Pavel Bure's wife's going to do it. Get away from me. Moving on. Oh, Danica McKellar. Yes, it is Danica McKellar. I knew it. Christmas She Wrote. Like Murder She Wrote. It's Christmas She Wrote about it. When writer Kaylee has her column canceled before Christmas. Because she sucked. Get the hell out of here. She heads home to reconnect with family. Sparks fly when she gets an unexpected visit from the man who canceled her column. I canceled your column. Oh, you want your column back, huh? That old story. It's a Christmas miracle. She got her column back, and she's just taking a shower to wipe off the guilt. The guilt's not coming off. How do you think she got her column back? Christmas She Wrote. Oh, yes, she got it wrote on her. All right. At 4 o'clock, no, we're not watching the 4 o'clock games. No, we can't watch that. We got to keep watching this.
Christmas by Starlight. It's Starlight. It's Christmas. When the family's beloved eatery, the Starlight Cafe, is slated for demolition, bye-bye cafe, and he vows to put a stop to it before Christmas. How are you going to do that? Okay, I love it. I love how they, I get it, the stupid messaging. And they're trying to go with the, what was that old movie? One of those old movies. And I think it was a Christmas movie where they stopped the town from, shit, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. They're trying to do it, a modern version with this skanky girl and this guy who's obviously gay. With Christmas stuff around. They still use the Nutcracker thing. Like, she's gonna go in there and give a speech about the Christmas spirit and stop. This place that isn't making money. That you two people are the only people who come in. This one family is the only family that comes in, and the Polish people up the street stop in once in a while to get their soup. That's gonna keep my place open. I shouldn't sell to these people who want to turn it into a posh nightclub. Who want to turn it into a Persian nightclub. I shouldn't do that. When they're paying me about $1.5 million, let's keep it an eatery and lose money and lose our house. Okay, but she made a good point. Screw you, they're gonna tell you, and they should. Coyote. Ooh, here we go, another one. Coyote Creek Christmas. Oh my goodness! While throwing a Christmas around the world party at her family's inn, an event planner discovers Christmas magic with a charming father-son duo whose presence brings about tension and joy. Tension and joy. Stars Janelle Parrish and Ryan Peavy. Now, she looks weird. I don't like her. They could have gotten a hotter girl. And this guy, just another, they come off the rack, these people. Show's almost over. I gotta keep going. Almost over. Christmas around the world. Okay, let's look at Christmas in the Middle East. What do you think it looks like over there? Probably looks like Christians getting run over. Isn't that the way it looked in Paris? A couple years ago, didn't some guy run over a bunch of Christians? Yeah, that's how Christmas looks around the world. I'll bet they're not going to get into that, though. Stupid. 8 o'clock, Christmas sale. Who's sailing at Christmas? It's freezing out. When Liz returns home to take care of her estranged father, she's determined to give her daughter a perfect Christmas and reconnects with her best friend. Oh, okay. I don't know where they're going with this. Katie Sackhoff, Patrick Sabagoo, and Terry O'Quinn. Terry O'Quinn. I don't know what's going on here, but this looks lame. They're going around, sailing around on Christmas. It's freaking freezing out. People are going to catch something out there. And at 10 o'clock, the Christmas Waltz. Another girl from a 90s sitcom after Avery's storybook Christmas wedding is canceled. Canceled! You're canceled. A dance instructor helps her face her fears in life and fulfill her dream of learning to dance. What? That doesn't even make sense. Like, what? I watched it just to find out how they write the ending of her canceled wedding. I bet it's not her fault. It's never the girl's fault. It's always the guy's fault. He's going to do something stupid. And Dan's going, I want you back. I'm dancing with this guy now, so fuck off. That's the whole story right there. And that's the show. So good luck this weekend, guys. Unless you're playing against me, of course. Have a good one.